I want you to become very aware of your breath, how it moves in and out of your body. Each breath inwards, that healing moment of grounding, bringing you back to yourself. Light, soft breath, as if it is dancing on the crest of a wave. Calm, soothing. Each breath taking you deeper and deeper back to yourself. Softly and calmly, slowly drifting back, back, back. And today we are going to take a journey with Demeter in her moment of solitude and grief. I want you to imagine walking along the sacred way, to Eleusis, the place where the temple was created in celebration of the great goddess, but where she sat in silent grief and mourning for her daughter, swallowing her anger at Persephone's father Zeus, who had allowed this awful kidnap to take place. Find your way to the temple. I want you to climb 10 steps up into its beautiful shape. See its amazing columns and sheer vastness, a sanctuary created in thanks to the nurturing goddess for her invention of agriculture. And as you climb those steps, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you enter the most sacred of sanctuaries, the place where Demeter inhabits, the nurturing side of yourself. And now we are going to descend into the Adaton, the Holy of Holies, where Demeter sits on her throne. Descending and breathing deeply, each breath taking us deeper inside. Descending 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In the middle of the room is a small stool covered in the soft white fleece of a ram. This is a stall of the lesser mysteries where the first initiation took place. sit down on the stool. And as you do, you feel Demeter come into the room and sit with you. She instructs you to find the very centre of a woman's being, the secret place of her infinite power. Sit up tall and feel how your perineum, the space between the vagina and the anus, feel your perineum on the fleece. We call this the secret place. It links with the Earth Star and the root chakra of the Eastern tradition. This is the place of the safety, of feeling nourished and nourishing. She tells you to focus your attention on the perineum and visualize a star sitting at the secret over your perineum. A star sitting over the Earth Star that links with the Earth Star at the centre of the Earth. Focus your attention on the star that links with the Earth Star, the goddess, at the centre of the earth, the place where she knows that her daughter resides, the place of the shadow and of Persephone. Focus on the star. Know that as Melissa, you are both the flower and the flower. The flower that meets the bee. The flower that can make her energy's centers spin and flower and drip. Focus on the star. Imagine a golden thread coming from the sun down through your top of your head, down through your body, through your perineum, through the star and down to the Earth Star. This is what Melissa calls earth sipping, and we will withdraw all the power from the earth, drawing it inside of ourselves, taking every last drop of power from the earth and encasing it inside of our body. We do that by earth sipping. Focus on the star. Focus on your breathing. And as you breathe in, push your perineum down to the Earth Star. Hold. And then as you breathe out, we pull up. Breathing in, push down, hold, up, pull up. Very strange. It's the opposite way to anything you will have done before. So we are pulling toxicity out of ourselves, almost like a poultice with push me and pull you energies. We breathe in, push the perineum down. Breathe out, pull it up. Communicating with Persephone at the earth and drawing every last bit of energy out of the earth into ourselves, just as Demeter withdrew her power as Theia. Moving everything, every last bit of fertility away from everywhere that you have previously nourished. And as you earth sip and draw power from everywhere that you have given it before, you realize that what is left is empty. There is nothing to occupy your thoughts again. All that exists in the time of the grief is emptiness. All of the power that you have bestowed on your loving child, your business, your way of life has gone, sucked in through the potentiality of the perineum, drawn inside and kept safe. But in its place, the world and your world is bereft. Demeter takes your hand and she asks you to be guided by Lemongrass. If your world became empty and your child was gone, what would be left? How would you fill your time? What were those things you left behind, put on the back burner, sacrificed for your child? Demeter wants to know, what is the seed that you will now plant to take its place, knowing that nothing can replace the absence of the child, the loss of everything that you loved. But new things have to fill the void. Demeter wants you to imagine the talents, the things that made you joyous, made you feel complete, and to bring them back with Lemongrass. asks you, have you found your seeds? Those things that will grow like sunflowers, casting light on your shadow. You tell her that you have. And she tells you to plant them in a magical place. The place of the rariest fields that exists in that secret place at the perineum. She asks you to plant your flower there, in the first place of the first nourishing grain. Plant it at your perineum, and daily to return with your lemongrass and to ask, what if I gave these seeds everything they need to blossom, everything they need to grow, everything they need to become sunflowers, to chase away the darkness. For the Melissa is the flower and the flower, and she can make her energy centers and magical thoughts spin and drip. Each day, return to your flower, using the perineum to empower you to bring up Demeter's growing energy from the earth. Focus. Give those seeds everything they need to survive. Light, water, and maybe even a little shit. Everything to nourish, to bring out the shadow, to cast this beautiful ray of sunshine energy through your being. And when you're ready, thank Demeter. Hold her hand and look into her eyes. Let her know that you understand what it means to feel pain through love and the torture of nurture. Let her know she's a kindred spirit, but just so loved. And as you do, Demeter smiles and asks you, will you help me feed the earth? Will you help me explode that energy that fury, that sheer rage you drew up into your lower mouth? And will you help me transmute it into light? And you think for a moment and know this is just what you would love to do. You hold her hands and together you allow the rage to explode. So I know that now it feels difficult to leave, but leave we must, and so thank her. Bow out as you leave her in her sanctuary and climb the stairs back to our reality. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you can see the sunlight, and we're coming out of the temple down the steps. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, through the square back to the walls of Eleusis, down the sacred way, and back to your room where you're sitting. Rest down hard into your haunches. Feel yourself sit right back into the chair. Feel yourself being surrounded by a beautiful golden hexagon and nourishing nectar dripping and cleaning your aura off. And when you're ready, open your eyes.